Hey, everyone. Hello. I'm Shermain Melton, and I'm a stand. I'm taking a stand. I'm a stand for people who want to stand out and be weird instead of blending in and being like everyone else, being normal. Being normal. And when I say weird, I'm referring to you being bold and brave enough to be yourself, or at least a little bit more of yourself. Be weird. This week, I've been talking about my stand, what I stand for, which is living out loud. And living out loud is not about being noisy, because I believe that noisy people eventually get ignored and they blend into the background. Living out loud is about being real with yourself, being authentic, standing in your truth instead of shrinking yourself down, instead of blowing out your own candle and hiding. You see, I hid for over 24 years of my life. I was afraid that if people knew that I was gay, that the people in the church would turn their backs on me. You see, I grew up in the church, and I remember hearing stories about people, church people who love the Lord. I shouldn't have put those in quotes, but people at a place of love who would disown their kids once they found out their kids were weird. They disowned them. They said, "Oh, now that I know this about you, I no longer love you the same. You're disowned." And they turned their backs on them in the name of love. Think about that for a second. A place of love is turning their backs on you because of who you choose to love. What if that were you? You're no longer accepted here because of who you choose to love. It's not because of who you choose to hate. It's because of who you choose to love. Isn't that interesting? And I'm not anti-church. I'm not anti-religion. I am pro-love. And you see, if you want to live out loud, part of that is standing in your truth, standing in who you are, and knowing and believing that you are enough, instead of hiding, instead of pretending, instead of, making it look like everything is fine and you're happy and it's great. It's okay to be you. There's no one else on this planet like you. Be you. Another component that I speak about for my stand of living out loud is pursuing your the pursuits, your personal pursuits, pursuing what matters to you instead of going with the flow, instead of always doing what your parents or your partner or your others want you to do and expect you to do. Do you, boo. You don't need to pretend. You don't need to. Life's too short. You're the only one responsible for your happiness. Go after it. Sometimes when you go after your happiness, it's going to make other people, it's going to trigger other people when you go after what you want, especially if they're not used to seeing that side of you. Live out loud. Be more you. And pursue the things you want to pursue. I grew up in the church, and in the church, they talk a lot about loving God and about serving each other, loving each other. But what they don't talk about is loving yourself. They don't model this either, most churches. Loving yourself. Loving yourself means being selfish. But we don't like that word selfish. We've created words like self-love, self-care. But it's about being selfish. And churches don't talk don't tell you that it's okay to be selfish. And I must stand for you being selfish and you filling up your batteries and you getting what you need. And so, living out loud, going after what you want to go after, being selfish, and being real with yourself, being more you. I'm Shermain Melton, and I'm a stand for helping you live out loud. And I appreciate you watching this today.